With this case study, I am going to introduce a concept called equivalent annual flow method. Let's read the question, then we'll get into the concept. A company is required to choose between two machines A and B. The two machines are designed differently but have identical capacity and do exactly the same job. Machine A is going to cost 600,000 and the life is 3 years. It will require 120,000 per year to run. Machine B is an economy model. It is going to cost 400,000, but this will last only for 2 years and it will cost 180,000 per year to run. And these are all real cash flows. The costs are forecasted in rupees of constant purchasing power. Opportunity cost of capital is 10%. Which machine company should buy? Ignore tax, and we have PVIF at 0.10 for year 1 so much, year 2 at 0.10 and 0.10 year 3. So we have all this information. Now with this, we have a task to select the best machine. Okay, we have to select machine A or B by taking its cash flows into consideration. Now which machine you will select? And this is not a problem where you are going to find NPV because you don't have information about inflows, but rather you have only outflows. Because if you notice, machine A has outflow of 600,000 and annual operating cost of 120,000 or 120,000 for a period of 3 years. Whereas machine B, it's 400,000 and annual cost of 180,000 for a period of 2 years. And you also given cost of capital. So which machine? Here we cannot apply NPV. So when you cannot apply NPV, when you cannot see what is the tangible benefit or the wealth that is added to the shareholders, then in other projects your decision should be based on those projects where your outflows are going to be lesser in terms of present value. Okay, so now let me capture these data. I have two machines, machine A and machine B. So first let me capture the purchase price. What is the purchase price of machine A? Purchase price of machine A is 600,000, whereas purchase price of machine B is 400,000. So now just by looking at the purchase price, which machine will select? If our focus is to reduce the cost, then we'll be going for machine B. If our focus is to reduce the cost. But we not only have this purchase price cost, we also have one more cost. What is it? Annual operating cost. Now what is the annual operating cost? Let me write it here. Annual operating cost. What is the annual operating cost for machine A? Annual operating cost for machine A is 120,000, whereas that of machine B is 180,000. So let me put it here. It is 120,000 and 180,000. So now let's be clear, which machine we have to select. So what your calculation would rather go is 600,000 plus 120,000? No. 400,000 plus 180,000? No. Please be clear. This is for 3 years, whereas this is for 2 years. It means you got to multiply this with 3, you got to multiply this with 2 to know the gross cash flows. But here we have to take a decision based on the present value of cash flows. It means I should know what is the present value of this 120,000 paid for a period of 3 years. I should know what is the present value of this 180,000 for a period of 2 years. Now if I don't consider the present value, let's see what is going to happen. I'm going to spend 120,000 for a period of 3 years. It means I have to spend 360,000. Here I have to spend 180,000 for a period of 2 years. It means I have to spend 360,000. So in both cases, my operating cost becomes 360,000. It means both the projects will look indifferent because both are going to have same annual operating cost. So your decision will again be based on the initial purchase price, where you will favor project B, because project B only has lesser outflow, because both the projects are going to have same outflows, which is 360,000. But that is not right, because here 360,000 is for 2 years only, whereas here 360,000 is altogether for 3 years. So it makes more sense to find the present value. Now, since these cash flows are repeated for 3 years and 2 years, they get the nature of annuity. So to find the present value, what we should do? We should multiply with present value annuity factor. So let me pick up the relevant present value annuity factor. For mission A, I have to pick up present value annuity factor. At what rate we have? What is the cost of capital? We have cost of capital as 10%. So PVAF 10% for a period of 3 years. Then for mission B, I have to pick up PVAF for 10% for 2 years. Now, how to find out PVAF 10% 3 years and 2 years? We know the formula, present value annuity formula. But let us not have that headache, because if you look at the case had given what is the PVIF at 10% for year 1. Then you are also given for year 2. You are also given for year 3. If you are interested in PVAF for 3 years, what you have to do? Take PVIF year 1 plus 2 plus 3. This will give you PVAF 10% 3 years. And if you are interested in PVAF 10% 2 years, it is 0.909 plus 0.826. Okay. So I am taking my calculator. Let me calculate PVAF for 3 years. It means I have to sum all the 3. So it is 0.909 plus 0.826 plus 0.751. So that makes PVAF for 3 years as 2.486. Then I also need PVAF for 2 years for project B. So let me exclude project A. PVAF for 2 years. Let me go back to the question. I should add these two, 0.901 and 0.826. So it is 0.909 and plus 0.826. So I get 1.735. So here I will have it as 1.735. So now what should I do? I should multiply this annual operating cost with relevant PVAF. Okay. So item number E, present value of annual operating cost. Present value of annual operating cost. Here it is going to be item number B into C. That is 120,000 multiplied by 2.486. That is 298,320. So the gross cash flow is going to be 320,000 for a period of 3 years, but the present value is 298,320. What is the PV of this 180 for 2 years? Let's capture. It is 180,000 multiplied by 1.735. So it is 312,300. Okay. So we have 3,12,300. Let me check this again. I have a doubt. It is 180,000 multiplied by 1.735. So it is 312,300. Okay. Now you have to take a decision. Which mission should be selected? So what comes to your mind is, you have spent 600,000 now and you have spent 120,000 over a period of 3 years, but it is not correct to take that 360. So we have derived the present value. So 600,000 plus 298,320. Okay. So you would try to add these two. So if we do that, how much will get? 898,320. That is 8,98,320. And if you look at B, it's going to be 400,000 plus 312,300. It's like 612,300. That is 6,12,300. So here it is 8,98,000. That is 898,000. Here it is only 612,000. That is 6,12,000. So again, your mind will go for project B. That is right from beginning. Right from beginning, we were favoring project B because of less purchase price. And even in terms of the overall cash flows, it is lesser. Even in present value also, B is lesser. Okay. But let me give you the other side. That's not the right approach. Reason is, these two projects are prima facie not comparable because of one line of difference. Can you say what is that? The life. If you look at the life of project A and project B, they are different. Project A life is 3 years, whereas the life of project B is 2 years. Then how can you simply compare these two projects and take a decision, yes, this is my cost? No, you cannot. So we have a tool, and that tool is called as equivalent annual flow method. So what we have to do is, we know what is the overall cash outflow in present value as far as these two projects are concerned. But if you want to make these two projects comparable, which are standing in two different buckets, you have to make them comparable in equal annual form, that is in per year language. How I am going to do that? I know this is spent now and this is spent over a period of 3 years. So what I'll do, let me add both. Let me add both and let me express it in per year language. So don't jump to a conclusion that you can express it to per year language by adding these two and divide it by 3 years. No. Reason is, this is in present value. This is already discounted. So you cannot simply divide it by 3, but you have to divide it by present value annuity factor. That is relevant. Similarly, here if you want to convert this cash flows into equal annual flow cash, what you have to do? Add both divided by relevant present value annuity factor. So the next step what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find out the present value of overall cost. Okay. So item number F, total PV of outflows. Total present value of outflows, it is simple. It is item number A plus item number E. It's going to be A plus E. So it is 600,000 plus 298,320. So it is 898,320. And here it is 400,000 plus 312,300. So it is 612,300. So now we are interested in finding what is known as equivalent annual cost. So I would say EAC. EAC stands for equivalent annual cost, and that is very simple. It is your total PV of outflow, that is item number F, divided by the relevant present value annuity factor. So I will just say present value annuity factor. Now taking project A, what is your total PV of outflow? It is 898,320, and that should be divided by relevant PVAF, which is 2.486. So let me check. 898,320 divided by 2.486. So I get 361,352. Okay. Now let me select the second one. 612,300 divided by 1.735. 612,300 divided by 1.735, and it is 352,911. It is 352,911. So now have a look at this. I'll just repeat. What was your purchase price? Here the purchase price is 600,000. The other one is 400,000. What was the annual operating cost? 120 and 180. What is the present value annuity factor? 10% 3 years, 2.486. It is 1.735. So your present value of annual operating cost is derived by multiplying with the relevant present value annuity factors. You have that here. So total PV 6 plus 2, it is 898,320, and 4 plus 3, I'm sorry, I think there is a small correction. This should be 7. I think that's where we went wrong. Let me just check it. It is 400,000 plus 312,300. So this should be 712,300. That's the very, very critical adjustment. 712,300. Now, this 712,300, if it is divided by 1.735, let's see what we get. What we are getting is not 352,911. Rather, we are getting 410,548. Please watch out. I'm keeping it here. 410,548. Here comes the major shift. So far, we were depending on project B because initial purchase price Compared with A, it is less. Even overall payment, you have to pay 400,000 plus 360 for 2 years, right? So it was something like 760,000. Even when compared, here it's something like 960,000. So even in that angle, it was lower. Then we went to present value. Present value 180 multiplied by 1.735. It was 312,300, which is comparatively higher. But when you had gone for overall position, A had higher overall cost, whereas B had lower overall cost. But that is the time where we had to divert and look into it very critically. We cannot simply compare these two because the life is different. So we have to convert these cash flows into comparable cash flows, that is annual cash flows. So we cannot simply divide it by 3 years and 2 years because all these are discounted. That is, they were discounted to present value. So what we did is we took the relevant present value annuity factor. So 898,320 is divided by 2.486, 712,300. Here what I made a mistake. 4 plus 3, instead of writing it as 712, I have written it as 612. So it is 712,300 divided by 1.735. The value which I am getting is 410,548, and here it is 361,532. Now you watch for yourself and take a decision. Which mission you should select, or which project you should select. Is it project A or B? So far B was very attractive because it had lower outflow. Now have a look at this. Project A has an annual outflow of 361,352, whereas project B has an annual outflow of 410,548. That is 3,61,000 only is going to be your outflow if you are taking project A, but if you go for project B, it is as good as spending 4,10,548. It means you have to spend at least another 40,000. Say 40, yeah, it's around 50,000. You have to spend around 50,000 additional if you are going for project B, which was not at all visible when you evaluated this project B by looking at the purchase price or annual operating cost or present value. So we got the real picture only when we have divided this by relevant present value annuity factor, and we have derived what is known as equivalent annual cost. So equivalent annual cost is a great tool which will come to your rescue when you have differences in life of the project. So whenever you have difference in life of the project, don't take the decision just by looking at the present value or NPV. Find out what is equivalent annual cost, or find out what is equivalent annual NPV, then take a decision. Then you will have right decision.